one. This story is called The Eagle and the Chickens. And when it comes time, I'll need you to help me to do all the chicken parts. And you'll follow me along as we go. Okay, ladies? Okay. Well, there was once a tiny eaglet. Come show me with your fingers how tiny he was. He was so tiny. How tiny? Tiny, tiny? Tiny, tiny. So small he became lost in the farmyard of a chicken farm. And not knowing any better, he thought he must be a chicken. So he started doing all the things that chickens do. Are you ready? You have to sit with your feet down so you could use them. Because here's what chickens do. They scratch with your foot, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And they peck with their noses, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And they cluck with their mouths, cluck, 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 cluck. And they squawk, cluck, 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 cluck. And occasionally, cock-a-doodle too. Okay, we've got some good chickens here. Once an eagle wanted to be a chicken, and he had to do all the things that chickens do. So he scratched with his foot, 1, 2, 3. And he pecked with his nose, 1, 2, 3. And he clucked with his mouth, cluck, 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 cluck. And he squawked, and occasionally cock-a-doodle too. Well, that tiny eagle grew bigger and bigger. He grew bigger than the chickens, bigger than the rooster. And he could run faster than they could. And he could jump higher than they could. And he had much bigger wings than they had. Well, one day he looked up and he saw an eagle flying in the sky. And he thought, that's a big bird. It's as big as I am. I wonder if I could fly like that too. So he ran as fast as he could, and he jumped as high as he could, and he flapped his wings as hard as he could, but he couldn't fly. He wasn't strong enough. He needed to practice. Every day he would go out in the chicken farm, and he would run as fast as he could, and jump as high as he could, and flap his wings as hard as he could. Of course, the chickens were just as happy doing all the things that chickens do. They scratched, and pecked, and clucked, and squawked, and occasionally cock-a-doodle too. Well, finally, that tiny eaglet was now an eagle. It was full grown. And one day it went out to practice, and it ran as fast as it could, and jumped as high as it could, and flapped its big wings as hard as it could, and up it went into the air. And it flew up higher than the treetops. And up there, it could see the whole countryside. And it thought, it's big out here. I want to see all of it. So he flew, and he flew, and he flew to the top of the highest mountain. And up there were lots of eagles. So he joined in with them and started doing all the things that eagles do. Because when you know that you want to be an eagle, you must do all the things that eagles do. They swoop and soar and fly and glide. And one particular eagle, when no one is looking, might occasionally cock-a-doodle too.